Greetings once again, fellow gaming fans. This is Small Archangel, and thank you for joining me for this week's episode of the Turing Test, when we get to see how stupid I am. So there's a restricted area here, which I think is one that we visited at the end of the last episode. Yes, it is. So we've done that one, and now we just have to come through here.
Did the ISA build you, Tom?
As the child of the ISA, I have been given authority aboard this station. I was designed by the ISA and the Ashiyama Corporation, designed in California, assembled in China. But here on Europa, I constructed myself.
Okay, constructed himself, and he keeps watching me in a creepy kind of manner. So we've got power cables here going to all of these doors. But only one power source there, which looks like it's operating. Well, I don't know, because this door is shut, so obviously we need to get through there. The other doorways are open. Nope, that one over there is shut. Well, I could do this, and that opens that one, so then we could go through here, and then we put that back so we can get through this one. Haha, and then get that, and then that opens this one. And then we do that. Oh my goodness. What a good little lab rat. That worked alright.
Have you heard of the Turing Test, Ava? It's a test to see if a computer can successfully impersonate a human.
Ah,
yes. In the original Turing Test, a human judge has two conversations, one with a machine and one with another human. They then judge which of these polite conversations is with a machine and which is with a human. The machine being tested is said to have passed the Turing test if the judge cannot reliably tell which conversation is with a machine and which is with a human.
Do you think you'd pass the Turing test?
I am quite capable of polite conversation. Wouldn't you say?
Uh-huh. Yep, I had heard of the Turing test in those terms, but I'd forgotten about it, and I guess that's kind of what we did at the end of the last episode, really, isn't it? We had a bit of a conversation with something, that a computer that kept telling me that I was a robot. Get up there, but I'm not sure if we need to. I couldn't take that across there, could I? I'd have to go up the steps, and then I'd have to go through that door. I'm just wondering how to get that block orb up here, because I'm assuming I'm going to have to, yeah, for there. And we can't carry it up the stairs, sorry, the ladder, but we can carry it up the stairs, which means we need to get it across there. Maybe we need an orb to put in there. Oh, let's just go and see what's in here, for goodness sakes. So we need an orb to put in there to open this door. Well, where is that door going to go anyway? Okay, there's one here, and that does what exactly? That door there, does it? It does open that door up there. Okay, so actually that power sort of actually shuts the door rather than opening it, which is interesting. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure what use that is. We don't have... Don't know. I am not quite sure what the use of that is, but never mind. We've got this now. We'll just have to work it out bit by bit. Ah, now there's two of these ones here. And those bridges are both retracted. So that door there was open, but the bridge was retracted as well, which means we can't get... We can drop through that door down, but we're not going to be able to get back across... If we come across the floor, we don't necessarily need that to be extended. Okay, let's... I can't do that because those are the blocks that you pick up, right? No, they're not. There, we do that. Alright. Okay, so that goes in that direction, and if we could extend the bridge all the way across, if we put one on the other side, I'm guessing. There we go. Yep, like so. Alright, so that'll get us across there to that door. And unless we have two orbs there, we're not going to be able to do that. So let's try going across here and dropping down here. I've not sure it's going to do me any good, really. I kind of need this, don't I? This, for some reason, is thinking I'm using the controller, so I may as well use the actual controller. There we go. Provided it doesn't give anybody motion sickness, because it's not quite as smooth somehow. I will stick with the mouse, I think, in spite of the fact that it thinks I'm using the controller. Okay, so that then takes that away. Which means, yeah, I can't. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have to leave that there, which is what I thought all along. I'll just jump up here and see if I can climb the ladder. If I can get up here. Okay, and then I can't get across here at all. So, I'm not quite sure. I don't suppose I could sprint. Haha! No, not quite. Okay, not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do here. Really. Obviously, I kind of do have to get... Will that block even fit in there? I guess it will. If we could work out how to get it across. And that's the thing that I have to do. Is work out how to get it across here. And I could if... Okay. Could I if... How can I move this? Okay. You can get across here and round here, but... Okay. We should be able to do this by... no, we can't. We need this door here open. I'm going to have to bring the other orb, is what I'm going to have to do. But then this will be shut. Oh, good lord. Right, okay. This is what I have to do, though. I'm pretty sure we have to take this. Take it. There we go. And we have to drop through here. And go across here. I'll just put it down there for the minute. Keep hitting the wrong buttons because, of course, I haven't got the right prompt coming up on the screen. And then here, doesn't matter because we just drop down here. There we are. And then we go up here and do this. There we go. Magic. And then, of course, we have to go back for the orb if we can actually do it. We can. It's through here. There we go. Of course, we can go across the ladder. You go up the ladder with this, can't we? There we go. Got there in the end. Didn't do so well this time. Not so bright. But we got there in the end. Way, there we go. And now we go across the bridge. And through another little scout zone.
The Turing test has been criticized. Researchers claim it does not correctly test a machine's ability to think, but rather its ability to deceive.
What do you mean?
Well, have you heard of the Chinese room thought experiment?
No.
Imagine you are in a room. In this room you are passed Chinese sentences through a slot in the wall. Inside the room is an instruction book written in English. This instruction book tells you which Chinese words to pass back through the slot in the wall as a response. By doing so, you have a conversation in Chinese.
Right, okay. Get that really. Well, we managed to sneak through that door there pretty quickly, so not quite sure why. Oh, and then we need to... Can I fire this through walls or something? I don't quite know how the heck I'm supposed to do this. Through the windows? I've pressed the wrong button. Woohoo! Yes, we can. We just do it very, very quickly. That was a little strange. I don't know what the delayed response there was.
In the Chinese room, because the responses you pass back through the door are the correct responses, the person on the other side of the door is convinced you are a native Chinese speaker.
Ha!
Well, they're wrong.
Perhaps they are not wrong. Because with the instruction book, you are having a conversation.
But the person stuck in the Chinese room is not aware of the conversation's content.
This is the problem with the Turing test. A computer can pass the Turing test, having convinced a human they are having a polite conversation, while the computer has no idea that a conversation has taken place.
What if both of the people passing Chinese words are reading from instruction books?
Ha. Okay, all our conversation was rather confusing, and frankly I was paying more attention to this. So if we've got this little dynamo thingy, or whatever it is, attached, it sort of has a power-up charge, which discharges gradually, allowing us a bit of a time delay to get on and do something else. So this bridge allows us to get across, obviously, and we'll probably be able to get across having taken this away. For the moment. And that, does it do something with that as well? I'm not entirely sure, but I can do this from here anyway, can't I? Doesn't open that door. So what I'm probably going to have to do, to be honest, I don't know, do I? I'm not entirely sure where I have to put this to there, I think, don't I? Right, so I sort of see what I have to do here. That! Hey, that's what we have to do. Okay, so we have to look out for that little battery almost is what it is. Oh my, what's
I
this?
may be a machine, but I personally do not believe I am stuck inside the Chinese room.
Right, you would say that. I could peer inside your databases at any time, Tom. Or pause your operation.
Do not assume I could not do the same to you.
Ah! But I'm a human being, aren't I? Or we right back in Soma here, and I'm actually going to find out that I'm a robot. Or are you threatening to kill me? I don't know. Or ready to be unconscious. That looks nasty. I'm not entirely sure I want to go through that, really, but... Oh, okay. It's just sort of a light beam. Just looks more dangerous than it is. So that... Going through it did something. It opened that door there. Okay. It's just a sensor. My goodness, what on earth? The crew are madly ingenious if they came up with all this. Or was it Tom that actually did this? He says the crew did it. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, I've got a little window there, but I don't see any glowing orbs, and I don't see any... I see some sort of sparks directly opposite, which suggests we need to open the grill there. Okay, let's go around. Yeah, we've got a couple of locked down power orbs, so we're not going to be able to do anything with those. And that one's locked down as well, but that's the the open window. So there's this here. Okay, that doesn't... I'm not doing anything with that, and we do need to put an orb in there in order to open that, and then the power beam will go all the way through to this, I assume. Right, that, yeah, okay. There. Power beam goes through here, but, you see, we do need to open that circuit, so we need both of these to be open, but how are we going to do that? Because that can only go in one of them. It's through there. Oh. Bam. This. And then it goes through to that door and opens that door. Did I just shut something? I'm not sure. Yeah, I did. Okay. Is that it? So we have to go through to here? That door is now shut, which means I need to grab that to do that. Yay! Nice work. Here we go. Right, what mad stuff is Tom going to tell me now?
This is the crew's quarters.
Oh, cool.
It looks abandoned.
Does a bit. Well, yeah. Doesn't have anybody in it. WC, Captain Daniel McLean. I guess it's pronounced that way. Captain Daniel McLean's quarters. Oh, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get you there, does it? The door is jammed and has sparks coming down from it. WC. Can we get in here? Notice, I do not see the need for so many cameras. Tom's presence everywhere is slightly oppressive. I understand the need for transparency, but why is he in the toilets? Okay, I think he was perhaps giving them the creeps. I wouldn't have thought that a robot would be particularly interesting in human eliminatory functions, but Dr. Sarah Brooke, Chris McLean, the captain's brother. Let's go that way if we can. And these ones are green, so that suggests we can get through there. So there's doctor's quarters that way. They're dinky, aren't they? Dinky quarters. Couple of suns by the look of it. Drilling reports. Chris McLean. Drill malfunction, expected delays, drilling resumes. Okay. Oh dear. Some sort of rift between him and his brother. Because I assume that's the McLean brothers. Me and Dan. Yeah. 24. He's ripped it up, hasn't he? So, some sort of geode, crystal. And then we have a bat. Is he a baseball player then? And what's this? A Shiyama. Well, it's an ISA tablet. Hockey puck. Canadian ice hockey puck. Signed by somebody. And what is this? I have a feeling. Oh, great. They're Ridazole. And I don't know what they're for. So he's on some sort of medication. Usual dosage. No, that is not really telling me anything. And there's 3 kids in that photo. And that's not telling me anything. Christopher McLean. Hip flask. Looks like his bed's been slept in because we care. So we've got a little fake window there. And we've got a ice hockey vest, maybe. I don't actually know what it is. It's some sort of sporting outfit, isn't it? And based on the Canadian sort of maple leaf motif and the ice hockey puck, I'm going to guess it's ice hockey. Oh, but it could be baseball also. With that. There he is, engineer Chris McLean, certificate of service. Okay, so I don't know if I've missed anything in here. We're doing our investigation stuff on the crew. So let's move on to Sarah Brooke. Dr. Sarah Brooke. What a very, very tidy apartment she keeps. Oh, with lots and lots of little flasks and stuff. Yeah, we have test tube racks. And whatever those are. And cylindrical flasks, conical flasks, and little doohickeys, and first aid kits. Oh, she looks like she might be Catholic as well. Telomeres. Telomeres? Science. Biology. Yeah, I have no clue whatsoever. But yes, that is a rosary, I think. So science and religion, not necessarily at odds with each other. Oh, I've got a load of files here. ISA, that looks like it says cookbook, but I don't think it does. That's just her files, and then there's some. Now, is that the same stuff? That is the same stuff that McLean was on. Ridazole. Maybe the entire crew is on it, actually. I don't know what it is, but actually, yeah, the entire crew could be on it because there was talk of an organism that they were sort of, they'd discovered, and they were medicate the whole crew against that. So she's got a photograph of a dog. Maybe she's more of a dog person than a... She's very tidy. Look at this, she's so tidy. It's disturbing. Some sort of piece of electrical, I have no idea what. Dear Tom, knowing that you're always watching, I thought I'd write you a letter, as you no longer reside in my mind. reside in my mind. Okay, I've decided to transfer my thoughts to text, or to do so in the form of a history lesson. Unless perhaps you'll find condescending, but it's likely more for my sake than yours. Alan Turing is considered a father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. Perhaps a lesser known part of his life was his contributions to the field of biology. Why do you suppose his interest lay in those two disparate fields? I assume it was because he believed the world to be logical, understandable. He was a mathematician. Seemed to believe the great complexity of the universe could be explained in simple rules. 2 years before his suicide in 1952, Turing developed something called reaction diffusion systems. This was cited more in his work on computers, formalized this one-line equation, which makes zero sense to me. I'm no mathematician. I'm certainly not. I've been playing English. The equation describes things that wish to diffuse, also react with each other during the process. What relevance do I have to anything here? Reaction diffusion systems show how patterns are created. They show the leopard got its spots, how the zebra got its stripes. My real interest here is Turing's interest that nature can be formalized, that we can understand the natural world in mathematical terms. Turing created the test to answer the question, can a machine impersonate a human? The intrigue behind that being, can the human mind be simulated by a machine? Why ask that question? Prove the human mind's a machine. Not sure it's Turing's opinion, however. Concerning consciousness, he states, according to the most extreme form of this view, the only way by which one could be sure a machine thinks is to be the machine, feel oneself thinking. One could then describe these feelings to the world, but of course no one would be justified in taking any notice. Likewise, according to this view, the only way to know that a man thinks is to be that particular man. Right. The human mind exists within the physical world. It obeys the same rules of physics and chemistry as every other thing in the world. Therefore, like all of nature, it's merely reactive. Creatures believe they have free will. Conversely, I suppose if we conclude that we are all machines, we only came to this conclusion in a predetermined manner. We cannot claim credit for our discovery, as it's just a product of nature's genius, not our own. Humbling idea, I think. Behaviorism. Maybe we're more similar than we think. So, she's a bit of a deep thinker then. We've posted here. Strange thermals on the west side of the crater. Okay, so she's written a little note to herself saying that there's strange thermals on the west side of the crater. Yeah, she's got a photograph of some flowers and a photograph of a dog, but no photographs of anything human. And this looks like a breathalyzer, quite honestly. I don't know what it is. Some sort of bit of medical kit, one assumes. Comlock, something or other. And her bed is so tidy, it looks like she's never slept in it before in her life. So I think she's maybe a little, well, I don't know. I want to say very, very tidy, possibly a little obsessive, I don't know. There we go. So that's Chris and the doc. We're going the right way. Dr. Soichi Yui and Michail Tokarev. Let's go this way first. This was Soichi Yui. Okay, here we go. And there he is. Exobiologist. Right. Okay, he has... It's a picture of him with his wife, perhaps? Difficult to know, but quite possibly. Rubik's Cube. Yeah, he's probably a bit of a, I don't know, a geek. Let's just see. He's going to be a genius, right? No, I don't know. They're probably all very clever people. What does this say? Do Soichi Yui, I say International Chris McLean. What you found, Soichi? I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. We found an extremophile, i.e. an organism that can live in extreme conditions. Ah, this is the organism we heard of before. It survives massive doses of radiation. Radiation damages DNA. The extremophile has a virus living inside it. The extremophile scavenges DNA from other organisms, like people, for example, which the virus uses to repair the extremophile's damaged DNA. Essentially, they work together to survive what's called a symbiotic relationship. So what's the implication? What does it do? In some ways, it's an immortal relationship. It doesn't seem to age biologically. Aging and death are ultimately caused by DNA damage. We have the ability to fix our DNA, but that ability is limited. This organism can repair damage caused by massive doses of radiation. If we could harness this power, we could potentially eliminate biological aging, what is known as senescence. Right, I thought it was going in that direction. So you found something that could make humans immortal? Not exactly. There are many causes of death other than DNA damage. It would not save you from trauma, brain damage, cardiac arrest, etc. But it could potentially cure cancers and many genetic diseases and massively increase life expectancy. So, that is, yeah, that is like a major discovery. Oh, he's a violinist. He is a violinist, one assumes. Why else would you have a violin in your quarters? It's a slightly odd-looking violin, I have to say. And there's the bow, which is a very odd-looking bow. They don't look quite like that. And we have some drugs here as well. Motion sickness relief. Train, plane, boat, and space station. And some more, that's the same stuff. Okay, and then he's got little notebook, filofax thing, and a picture of Earth. Homesick much? Let's see, anything else around here? Yeah, there he is with his wife, one assumes. Sweet. And his wedding ring. Okay, he's a sentimental type. Presumably his wife's on Earth somewhere. That's a dirty cup, Soichi. Ew. And bonsai. Wonder if he grew that himself. What does this say? To Matthew Layton from Soichi. Hi Matthew, we've been studying organism 119, that's the one. Please find attached scanning electron microscope image which appears to show pilus formation. This is a little blurred and low res, I can't read it very well. We hypothesize that this is a stress response due to high levels of radiation. We plan to infect a human cell line with organism 119, whose, presumably a petri dish, and perform irradiation experiments with flow cytometry. Would this be appropriate? It would be great if you could get the department to look at the SEM image. Okay. It was great to see this image. Wow, yet more complex life on Europa. Dinococcus radiodurans might be worth looking at, as that's what they've called it. Survives very high levels of radiation here on Earth, so you should consider looking at something else I can't be bothered trying to pronounce. Sulfolobulb. I have no idea, I can't even read it properly. Produces something in response to radiation and uses them to transfer DNA. Perhaps your organism uses a similar mechanism. Have you considered that organism 119 is transferring or scavenging DNA as a method of surviving radiation? So this message probably predates the others. As you well know, in terms of radiation, Europa receives 5.4 SV per day, over 300,000 times the level on Earth. The organism must have evolved such a high resistance to radiation as a necessity of survival. That said, the radiation beneath serum macula is much lower due to the thick ice crust. Okay, we have attached the image confirming organism 119 attaches to human cells. We'll proceed with irradiation experiments on these cell lines. Propose naming organism 119 Europa radiophilus. What do you think? We've now run the irradiation experiments, confirm that E. radiophilus does indeed seem to confer resistance to radiation. See attached. We assume survival is due to DNA damage repair. Okay, good, right. Something's amiss. We don't know what's performing the repair. The lab doesn't know how. E. radiophilus, good name, could repair DNA. Have you considered that another organism may be in a symbiotic relationship, perhaps a virus? We ran PCR on human cells exposed to it and see if there's a virus present. We've discovered an unknown virus named unknown Europa virus. Get electrophoresis image attacked. Oh no, gel electrophoresis. This is quite blurry, so it's quite difficult. This is phenomenal. Finished sequencing it, data attached. The virus is unlike any we've ever seen. Perhaps we've found a cure for senescence. So this is basically what predated the previous correspondence we saw. Plants are clearly exhibiting longer lifespans when exposed to the organism. We don't have the facilities here to continue testing. Okay, I'm going to have to go on to human testing. Alright, so did they end up testing it on themselves here, and they all ended up going a little strange somehow, or dying? I have no idea. Right, Michail Tokarev, MD. Let's go to his picture first. Doctor. So, doctor, but I don't know if he's a medical doctor or his picture has definitely gone a little bit wonky there. We have a syringe here. Looks like a medical doctor then, doesn't he? And that is definitely a medical kit. And he's also got very tidy bedding. And a very cute dog. Look at that. Aww. Alright, let's see. Michail. Now I can read this one properly. Good. Journal. Okay, he keeps a journal. Sorry about all the reading, folks, but this is what you have to do in an investigative game. March 6th, the whole team experienced nausea during a large electrical surge in Europa's atmosphere. I am concerned this was not an instance of mass hysteria. Vital signs were affected. Caused a uniform surge in heart rate. Was detected in all members of the crew. I'm reporting to ISA. March 7th, they reported the nauseous instance to the ISA. They offered an explanation of electrical disturbance in our central nervous system. That's ludicrous. An electrical surge large enough to affect our nervous system would have done more than make the team feel ill. I'm going to experiment with some shock therapy. Nice. March 8th, I discovered that electronic fields disturb our telemetry implants in a way I didn't expect. I have contacted the ISA. Strangely, Tom was not comfortable with my attempts to disturb the implant. What else does this implant do? March 9th, the ISA have reported back, informing me that I am not to disturb the implants. They have also encouraged me not to discuss the matter further with the team. I'm continuing to investigate. March 11th, I've been running some experiments outside of Tom's view. I can tell he knows this. He has been active differently around me like an offended child. I feel increasingly nauseous. These implants seem to have neural connectivity. Out-of-body experiences are more frequent now. This is why they had motion sickness tablets, I guess. Out-of-body experiences are more frequent. Wow, what do these implants do? March 16th, I've established a definite correlation. Against my knowledge, I've been implanted with a device that affects my mind. I use my opportunities and regular health checkups to investigate the crew. We all have them. Every single one of us is implanted with some mind-altering contraption. Right, that's what I suspected. Tom has been encouraging the team to worry about my mental health. He requested that I retire away from the crew. Misinformation. And a little bit of Russian in there, which I can't read. Okay, I cannot, March 26th, I cannot will myself to investigate this further. I grow tired quickly, I cannot think straight. Oh my goodness, maybe Tom's making him ill. I am not sure if the implant's affecting my thoughts anymore. I believe it's trying to subdue my mind. I think I'm going to attempt an excision. I'm going to remove the implant. April 4th, I'm typing by my left hand now. The excision went wrong. Oh dear, I've successfully removed the implant. Unfortunately, I lost my hand in the operation. Tom's very angry. The crew refused to talk to me. Apparently, I'm a bad influence. Sarah patched me up. April 5th, I wonder if the nature of the organism and its disturbance of my DNA caused my awakening from Tom's influence. If so, that would make me for a worrisome revelation. Perhaps this organism is not so friendly. April 6th, Dan informed me ISA have called for my termination. My masochistic experiment proves I'm a danger to the mission. Fortunately, it chose not to lock me in the brig. I'm going to investigate this implant further. I have to hide my work. The team have become increasingly aggressive. They seem to oppose my work and to understand the implant. It does not help that Tom is encouraging them to distrust me. Well, they all still have their implants, so they're probably influenced. April 7th, I've discovered the nature of the implant. It's a complex computer. It interfaces with the human mind directly. It seems to condition the mind through Pavlovian and instrumental conditioning, eliciting feelings of euphoria when the wearer is obedient and dysphoria when they are disobedient. It also has the effect of suppressing impulses in the frontal lobe, presumably to lower free will. So they are machines, they are computers. It seems to interface crudely with motor neuron cells through the cerebellum. It's my hypothesis that the crew is controlled by this implant. That is their strong aversion to helping me. I need a method of suppressing its impact, perhaps a drug, riluzole. Ah, so that's why he's putting them on riluzole. Maybe an antidepressant to minimise the conditioning effects, combining with a strong electromagnetic field. I could use one of the industrial electromagnets from the construction robots. April 8th, I've managed to get Chris on my side. He's agreed to test some medical procedures with me in private. It would be more difficult one-handed, but I must persevere. I'm hoping to keep this out of the eyes of Tom, though I have a feeling he will still be listening. Of course he will. Wow, so arguably they are all computers, if they're being controlled to that degree. Oh, does this man paint too? Looks like it. Really is all. I guess. Yeah, he's put them all on it. So that is kind of interesting. There's a load of medical kits here. Okay, there we go, folks. So I think we'll leave this episode here because it took us quite a long time to read through all that information, but things are looking interesting. It seems that there's an organism and a virus working in symbiosis, along with implants which have been secretly put into the crew to make them interface with Tom and quite possibly be controlled by Tom. Now I suppose the question is, does Ava Turing also have one of these, and therefore are we, in point of fact, essentially a machine? Well, I guess more information on this will come to light and as the story unfolds, but first we'll have to do some more little maze running experiments to get to the end of this tale. In the meantime, I hope that you're enjoying it. If you like this episode, don't forget to let me know by hitting that like button. Also, feel free to leave me your comments and let me know if you've played this game, and check out what else is on the channel. So until the next episode or the next video, keep gaming, stay happy, and bye bye for now.